I'm Rod Sumrall. I married Mandy Lamb. We got 2 kids. We got 8 beautiful grandbabies. I've known Doug McLeod all my life. We both had businesses in Lucedale, and you're not going to find a more outstanding guy than Doug McLeod. In 2016, I got diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma cancer, and the doctor sent me to the cancer center in Mobile, Alabama. I lived only 20 minutes from the cancer center from my house, and they had the state-of-the-art of the new immunotherapy they was using. The only other place I could go was in Jackson, 3 hours from my home. Well, when I got down there, the treatments was going to cost $100,000 of treatment. Well, they said my insurance wouldn't pay in Alabama. So the next day, it was just a burden on me. And the next day, went to visit my mother, and I called Doug to see if he could help. And he said, Rod, I want to see you. And I was going, okay, here we go. I said, well, when, Doug? He said, right now. And I said, well, come to my mother's. So he come over, took all information down that he needed, or he thought he needed. And when he left, he said, I'm gonna get them the insurances to pay this for you. And I thought, I don't think so. Insurance is hard to find. Well, about 2 days later, Doug called and he said, they contacting your doctor's office in Mobile at the cancer center, and they're gonna pay you full, your insurance will. And buddy, that was just a burden, because you already had the burden of the cancer, and your bills keep coming in. And when Doug done that, I mean, it was like a lift come off of me. And then all I could do is worry about fighting the cancer. When Doug come to me and said that he was gonna get that insurance to pay in Alabama for me, deep down in the back of my mind, I really thought that he can't fight the insurance companies. They do what they want. But when he left there, I really did get a sense that I think he's gonna do this. And I just don't know anybody that would go out of their way to help somebody like Doug does. And I can go in George County, and a lot of people go, yeah, Doug helped me do this, Doug helped me do that. And I'm thinking, wow, he's busy all the time doing that, you know. I think Doug just helping people sets him apart. Most politicians tell you they will, but I've seen Doug really do it, and I think that sets him apart. I had a guy come up to me and ask, are we going to support Doug McLeod this time? And my response was to him, I don't see how we can afford not to. And I said, and I know I can. I've traveled and I meet people all the time. I talk, and every time at a ball game I run into a guy and he's a representative, and I told him, you know, I'm from George County. The first thing he said, oh, you Doug McLeod's in your area, you know? And I said, oh yeah. And they said, you can't beat Doug. He fights for y'all. That's what he said. He said he fights for y'all. He ain't scared to stand up and say nothing. In my opinion, there's no other choice but Doug McLeod. We need him. So I encourage you to come out and vote for Doug McLeod as representative in 107 District.